Hello, she's Trixie and I'm Sarah, and this is our Yarn World, a place we come to share the love of yarn crafts and all that it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 225, and she just told me what number it was, and it just like, pooh. And today we are going to share with you what we have accomplished, or even just what we are sharing today. This week hasn't been a very productive week for me personally. It's just been full of so many other small things accumulating, kind of like a snowball rolling, that I have just been more appreciating everyone else's ideas than really being able to come up with my own. But I am excited to be able to share the things that I have done this week. But I'm really excited to see this blanket that my mom has just done. I think it's really nice. For as simple as it is, it really reminds me of the classic crochet. And I know it's simple. And I know It's not even granny square. It's just back and forth. But it's just the whole how two colors can just make it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the colors that speak for itself.
Yeah.
It carries the whole entire project.
It really does. And this was started with a chain of 81. So when you go back, it's 80.
Okay.
It's a half double crochet with a 5mm hook. And
mind you, my mom has a very loose tension grip, so this might be a little bit different. If you have a tighter grip, you might want to chain more.
Right. And it's just like a lap blanket or a children's blanket. It's not very big.
It's still really nice though.
So I used like a rose pink.
It's almost like a magenta
and a
pink.
Royal blue. And it just goes all the way through. And there's the end of it. I mean, I literally started this when it wasn't the heat wave, and I had to finish it yesterday when the heat wave started back up.
Yep.
And it's like, I told my husband, I said, I am done. I was going to start the next color, and I thought, nope, that would mean 8 more rows, and I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
And I had all of the ends to weave in, so I did that on my lap, and it was hot enough.
You know the Polo brand? The clothing Polo brand? This is like a 2000s teenager men's polo.
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about? That maroon, like, rose pink with that navy blue stripe, like the old style polos that boys used to wear all the time.
Yep.
And back in like the 2000s high school era, where they would double layer them and pop the collar. This is what that reminds me of. I've been trying to figure out why this combination of colors kept sparking something, and I think that's what it is this, that it's almost like color theory, where you see two colors together, kind of like red and green, and you instantly think Christmas, or blue and white and you think winter, or like that light pink and brown and it's like it's the beach, or something like that. This reminds me of like Hollister, like it was Aeropostale, early 2000s clothing. I'm sorry, that wasn't me saying that that's what you were doing.
No,
but it's that spark of nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to figure out, why I'm like, these colors, they remind me of something. And I like this pattern. Oh, it's because I've seen this pattern before. Not saying that's what you were going for, but
it wasn't, but you know what? I'm glad it sparked something for you.
Yeah. I love it.
And I think if our neighbor lady will take it for her little baby girl, her birthday's coming up at the end of next month.
Okay, well look at that.
She'll be 1. Little Azalea is going to be 1. We can't wait. She is the cutest little baby. everybody loves her. But all of my neighbors' kids are very special.
Yes.
And she's got 5. And Kat and Iris and Ezekiel and Isaiah are all special too.
Yeah.
And little Azalea broke the tie.
Yeah. Girls win.
Two girls and 2 boys, and then all of a sudden there was another little girl. So it was nice.
Yes.
So, what have you been doing?
Well, to be fair, it's not that I haven't been doing anything. It's that I've been doing other things. So, like me, my kids made slime the other day.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. Fun fact, I would not have been able to make the slime as well as I did if I had not learned how to make dough.
Okay.
Because the same way that you mellow out the texture and like the elasticity or the stickiness of dough, kind of like a bread dough,
Yeah.
is kind of like the same principle that you use when you're doing playing slime or Play-Doh, like homemade Play-Doh slimes or whatever.
Right.
It's that same thing where it's like it's the right mixture of wet, binding solution and whatever your powder of choice is. And because I kept we added a lot of wet ingredients and binding ingredients, I had to keep adding more dry ingredients, and that allowed it to be where it wasn't sticking to their hand, but it was still holding form, not just breaking apart because it's too stiff now.
Right.
And I just kept thinking, had I not learned how to make bread, I probably would not have had the practice of like balancing out it without having to like pray to the gods that, I'm, so to speak, like, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's just been fun. My daughter's been coming home from summer school and she's bringing home these projects. I don't know where she got this. I think she said she might have got this from a friend on the bus, but this is a all set together kit.
Okay.
That she can make this little monster. It's like a felt with all the ingredients of like the stuffing and all the pre-cut stuff, all the pre-cut pieces, the darning needle, the string, the thread, everything is in here, and she can make it whenever she wants to with the instructions. I thought this was really clever. I think someone made these for the kids.
That's really nice.
And you know what I mean? Like something she can make when she wants to. Another thing that I've seen recently is that this is an old thing for us, but around Easter, the kids were coming off the bus and they were everywhere. These rocks that someone had painted were everywhere in our trailer park.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking everywhere on the ground. They were littered everywhere. There wasn't there was the amount of people I know that were like, we found a rock, we not found another one, like, and there's more, but my kids only picked up 2, and I found this the other day, and it really just,
ooh, that's pretty.
I forgot that we had these, but there's one that looks like an Easter egg, but some of them had little murals, like they straight up look like little
paintings, and
these are hand painted by somebody. And my neighbor said she thinks she saw the person. She had a whole bag of these, and she was walking around the trailer park, and every once in a while she would just take a rock and throw it in someone's yard and just kept going. And because she had sent her granddaughter out to look for them, because they'd seen someone walking by doing this. But at first I thought someone had dropped it out of their school bag, because it's like, it's not just younger kids, but older kids coming off the bus. What if this is like an art project and they had dropped it?
Right, it's really too precious.
Exactly. So I told the kids to grab it, and then the next time we went up to the bus, we would show it. But then we heard that other people were finding them, and we realized that someone for Easter was throwing out their art for people to find on these rocks.
How clever.
And like I said, they're little murals or designs, and it's just, this sparks such joy and creativity.
And it's fun because she did both sides, because if it fell on one side or the other, it would still show.
Yes, and that's the same with the other one. It's like in the oblong shape of a egg, and so on both sides it's painted as an Easter egg, and it's
so cool.
really detailed and like,
wow.
So I'm guessing someone in our park
Is an artist.
And like miniature artist, and she obviously collects these flat rocks and decorates them.
So cool.
And I just that. You know what I mean? So you got these kids crafts. These, I mean, my son, he found his mini Legos, and he built me this little guy that he said he was trying to build Link from Legend of Zelda because we were playing it on the TV, and he was like, I want to build you one. And so he thought he was building me one.
It's so clever.
And he built a little guy, and it was like his arm, one was like the sword and one was like the shield. And I'm just saying this as a reminder, whether they're just small pre-made little kits, whether they are someone spreading joy in their own unique way, and they're just kind of like passing on to someone that they just want to smile, whether it's your kids just building something just because they know that you'll like it, and it's just something that they want to pass on to you, like, hey, I see what you're doing and I want to show you that it matters, or just being able to recognize that even if it's a messy project like making slime or homemade Play-Doh, if you have basic cooking skills, you're likely to actually know how to make the consistency right, especially if you've done baking in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. That it doesn't have to be super complicated if you already know basic things. It's just taking the time to buy the ingredients and doing it. It's just so fun. And even my husband, like, the small things where he's just like, hey, Sarah, can you make a little case for my headphones that I know I can attach it to my, like my belt? Or can you hem up this curtain, because he just knows I'm capable of doing that. It's just those small things where learning a craft can be so adaptable, and being able to see how that sparks inspiration in other people, how in such small ways, and just making an effort to even starting a kid on the project of making their own toy and realizing how special of a moment that is for them.
Well, even my husband, your dad, he is working on a project right now to make a box and a board for shooting off fireworks next year. He's been doing this for a long time, and he had 24 channels. Now it's going to be up to 58, I believe.
Okay.
And so he has been ordering parts and making things and making things at work, because he's got the tools at work to drill the holes with, and all this kind of stuff, out of old signs that they just were throwing away. Mm-hmm. And it was thick enough for him to put these push buttons into, because that's how we do the fireworks. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets to push a button and see the fireworks go up. He's been doing this for years, but he had 24 channels and he's going up to 58. So he's been working on that nonstop since the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Because, and then he wants to hook it to a trailer so that none of it gets into the grasses anymore. And he'll have a way of having it up off the ground and, established. And then,
so it's not going to affect the ground, the environment.
But then also, he's got these boxes where he can put extra things into that he can hook to the trailer as well. And so it'll all be one contained unit, and he's got the whole year to work on it, but he's really excited about it right now. So every day after work he's been working on it, and it's got him excited. And there's this thing about having an idea and the spark of joy that you get when you get that that creative idea, and that kind of plays right into what our quote is for today. And it says, dreams are extremely important. You can't do it unless you imagine it. And that was said by George Lucas. Now, he's very famous for
his storytelling.
Yeah, well, isn't that, he makes movies too, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, but George Lucas, he didn't just make stories. He didn't just make movies like Star Wars. He's the author of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, dreams are extremely important. You can't do it unless you imagine it. By George Lucas. When you get that spark of an idea, and you get that joy that it like brightens up your brain.
Yes.
You can't stop thinking about it until you start doing it and getting it accomplished. And that's where we seem to be right now. Everybody's got these ideas and these things they want to do, and getting these sparks of joy and these sparks of inspiration and creativity. And I say go for it. You know, how are you going to know the result if you don't try?
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been thinking about with my book too. Like, I can make blankets and all that kind of stuff, and it sparks something in me too. Mm-hmm. But when I'm writing, and especially lately, it's just like all of a sudden you think, when this is done and people are able to read it, it's something that came out of my brain, and that they're going to transcend in their brain and know exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's like it transcends time. All books do. But it's just like, this is like, wow. If it's hitting me this way, wow, what's it going to do to the readers? Mm-hmm. I just love that feeling. And I've been enjoying that. So, dreams are extremely important. You can't do it unless you imagine it. So, if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, and yeah, give us a comment. Tell us what you're working on. What sparks your joy and creativity?
Yeah, and just know it can be done in so many different ways. I mean, even recently, I've been trying to be more mindful of our little free libraries around town.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, the other day, I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I was able to buy 4 books, the first 4 books in a series, for $10. And so I was at a local Meijer parking lot, and I was able to get it from the person. That's where they wanted to meet. But I already had the first 2 books, which was fine. I wanted the other 2. And each book on its own would have been like $12, so I was fine with the price. I was okay to buy them all. Because what I did was, I was already at the Meijer, I was already grabbing stuff for dinner. I timed it where I would grab it from her after I had picked up stuff from dinner, and then I could head home. But when I was in the book section, they had a bargain book barrel, and I found this other book that was about $5 that was like, it was like ranged for like 10 to 14-year-olds. It was some sort of mystery book. And, something inspired me. I bought it. I considered giving it to a 10-year-old I knew. But I realized that I didn't know if it was going to be her thing. And I had bought it because I wanted it to be for the little free library that was like right around the corner. And I realized I have 2 books. I already have duplicates of them at home. I don't need them. So the moment I got to leave after getting them, I went right to the little free library stand, and I got those 2 books, and I got the other one I just bought, and I threw them in there. And you would be amazed how almost all the other books were like adults books. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like, the importance of having books for every age. I was really sad I didn't have kids' books, but like, I'm desperate to round off little free library stands so that when a mom or just anybody goes there and they're like, they might need a free gift for a new reader, or they might not have the money to buy their kid a new book for their birthday, but if they can rotate a book out and have a new book for somebody, that's fine. I don't care. That's what it's there for. It's a free resource. You give, you get back. And I just like the ability that in small ways you're passing on something to someone that you don't even know. And the other books were for a young adult series as well, like a younger teenage series that I just enjoy reading in my pastime, because books don't hold an age. And so I was like, I just hope it reaches the right person, but it's just the ability to do it. And there's so many small ways you can do it. And little free library book stands, depending on where you are, also sometimes have a theme. Sometimes they are also free botanical, like seed banks, where you can get free seeds for your garden. You can give seeds, take seeds.
Yeah.
It can also have free poop bags for like dog walkers in them. They can have stickers and bookmarks, or like a lot of them don't only do books. So if you have anything that you might realize that you have extra of, that you can just pass on the joy, pass on the art, because it's its own form of art that meant something to you. And I sometimes have been considering writing a little note inside the book. Some people don't like writing inside books, but you can even just do a little post-it note and just be like, this is what I thought of this book. I really took away this from it. I hope this is good to whoever it gets to next. And just passing on the enjoyment of just to another reader you don't know, hey, this was my experience. If you really enjoyed the book, you could wrap it up in some wrapping paper, make it a little like blind date with a book, and just put it in there so that it can just be like, you can put a little tidbit like, this is a thriller, really fast page turner. I would say like the scare factor is at a 3, like, you know, at 3 out of 5, like just different things to be able to possibly spark some joy, just some interest,
and bring new readers into it. And if this resonates with you, please do it. It's a good thing to do.
Like, I just know that for me, I want to make a bigger habit of all the extra books I have, because I have quite a few. Once my car gets back up and running, being able to have a box that I just have in the back of the car, and I'll just go to little free libraries around town and see what they're lacking in, and see what I have that I can kind of replenish.
Contribute to.
So, like, you know, if they need kids' books, or if they need mysteries or romances, or whatever it is.
Or young adults.
Or maybe even some nonfiction, like some history, some psychology, some science, whatever it is that could, because it's not just for one appetite.
Right.
Reading is so versatile. It could be cookbooks. It could be it could be anything. I think that that's the thing. Heck, if you have free unused notebooks, people could use those. Pens and notebooks could be put in there.
That would be my thing.
Well,
I love that.
Think about like a teenager who really needs something for studying, and they go there and they are able to pick something up. You could like, something I hope to do one day is be able to build my own little free library. And what I would like to do is I'm going to have like a little note in there and be like, if you're searching for something, write it down and see if the neighborhood can find it. Because if they already have a copy of the book, they might be able to get it for you. Because I see people do that online, especially for young readers, like new readers. They normally try to do it for the young readers that will write like, hey, I'm looking for this comic. Or I'm looking for this book. And I need the second one. And they do their best to try to find it for them.
And see how much faster that could work for somebody if they put their note down and somebody else has it.
And don't get me wrong, libraries, traditional libraries, are an incredible resource for books that are affordable, because obviously you don't have to pay for them. But for people that are slow readers, little free libraries can be such a blessing, because it doesn't have a time limit.
It's something you can keep.
You can choose to keep it, or you can read it get it done and return it.
And
It's
pass
up
it
to
back
you.
on.
It's okay. But just as a thought, it's okay if you don't have money.
Yeah.
And you need to get a gift for a kid or for another loved one. If you have free books, you could go look at other libraries, and if you have a reader in your life that you might find a book that they might like, just put one of your books in,
Yeah.
grab it, head out.
Right.
If you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of books on your bookshelf that you don't want to give up, go to a Goodwill, go to a thrift store. 50 cents per book, grab a couple, then you can go shopping.
Yeah.
A couple cents for a book you can find that is definitely something that you'd like if you don't find anything at the thrift store.
Right.
I mean, I just know that for my kids it's something I really want to spark in them, because I know that they like reading, but to see the community aspect of reading through Little Free Libraries or libraries in general is such a unique experience. And I don't, it's a dream of mine.
Yeah.
Or just being able to pass it along. And I can't wait for the day I'm going to be able to have mine. It's one thing I really want to have in my life. I've considered doing it in my yard. The only thing is I would have to attach it to my tree. And I just haven't done that, because if my dog's outside, she would not be very happy to have people come into our yard. And so I think I don't know. I'm going to figure out a way of doing it. I just don't know what that looks like yet.
Yeah. But
So, as always, we thank you for sharing your time with us, being able to fellowship with us, and be able to just listen to us ramble. We just like to share our weekly projects, and being able to just offer some perspective on things that we've been thinking about crafting or giving, or just sharing the joys wise, so to speak. Until next time, we hope that your projects go smoothly and well, and that the spark stays alive. And share with us anything that you would like to down below, or even if there's something that specifically you would like us to be able to possibly film. Conversations, questions, anything. Just, we are more than willing. And until next time, we hope that you stitch your way
to mental health.